I'm going to show you how to score a pyrex tube with a scoring tool like this and crack it in a tube, and then we're going to clean the tube out. First, you want to decide where to score the tube. You want the tube to extend all the way up inside this fitting to about here, and certainly you need it poking out past this fitting here. And so we want to score it somewhere in the middle of this flexible piece, so right about there. Take your scoring tool and clamp it down like this, and a nice firm grip. If it's dull, if your blade is dull like mine, you might have to spin it a bunch before you get a score. Sometimes you'll hear it scratch, sometimes not. There you can hear it and see it. Okay. So now we want to make sure that we, when we're inserting this into the cracker, that the score goes all the way up into the middle. So we're going to hold our fingers here and push this inside right there until our fingers touch, which means the score must be somewhere in here and the end of the fitting is here. Tighten this nice and tight, because when we evacuate this, if this is loose, the tube is going to shoot up and preemptively crack. So nice and tight here. Make sure all the rest of these are nice and tight in case you took them apart to clean out last time. This is where it connects to your manifold. So now you want to open your valves so that you can pump this out until your vacuum gauge says that it's as low as it'll go, and then close off vacuum and adjust your valves to get ready to crack the tube and introduce your sample. So now your valves are adjusted. This is all the way pumped out as far as your system will go. Hold firm here, and then just very slightly, maybe a brace here, bend until it cracks like that. And now your sample is released and you can carry on with the rest of your prep. When you're done, close your valves because we're about to vent this. So then loosen here. Pull out this piece and then loosen the larger side and shake out the broken piece. Okay, so now a couple of, if you didn't score this well, then you'll have lots of broken glass to clean out. You want to make sure that's all the way cleaned out. This has an insert because this flexible tubing is really thin. So make sure this insert makes it all the way back in, otherwise you'll crush the flexible tubing with the Ultrator when you put it back together. There's a screen right in here, in between this tube and this one, to prevent broken glass from shooting into your system. It goes down to 20 microns. So it should handle broken glass bits just fine. There's O-rings that you may need to clean, so if you don't have to take this apart, but if you have lots of broken glass, then there's an O-ring right here that you may need to clean. So you want to make sure that O-ring goes back in place. The bushing goes like this. And then you can screw this back together like this. If you don't have to take this fitting apart, then really it's just an 1/8 or 1/4 of a turn to loosen it, to put it back together. You'll feel it push up against the O-ring and then push past. Then tighten. Same on this side. The same O-ring and bushing are on this side. If you need to take it apart to clean it, make sure you get it back together in the same orientation.